So for whatever reason, the blower motor sounds terrible when I turn the fan on. So it's on low right now. Let me turn it up to a little higher, higher, higher. All right. Obviously it's hitting something in there. I don't know what's going on. Hello, and thanks for spending some time with me today. In this episode, I'm inside a 1998 Eclipse GSX, and I need to redo a few things on the front. In some previous episodes, you see how I've got the exterior pretty perfect, actually, including the undercarriage as well. I've got a few more pieces to do on it, but the weather isn't holding out for some of the stuff I want to do outside on it. So I'm going to tackle the interior and make it perfect. And there's a number of things. Not too many. The interior is in pretty good shape, but there's a number of things that need to get done, and I'll show you what those are. All right, so I have this bezel off here. That's just got to go on. There's, I think there's some screws missing in that I've got to play with. That isn't a big deal. And the interior actually is perfect as far as no blemishes, cuts, or anything like that, the way it is. There is these switches here. It's broken, so I got to fix that. And that's just taking this door card off. And in this console, which is a common problem, you can see how this is crooked. I'm going to fix that, and I'll show you that. The sunroof, well, this sunshade is kind of messed up. Whatever happened here, so I'm going to take that apart and fix that. Something that I need to do too is get these seats spruced up. If you look at them, they aren't perfect, so we're going to rejuvenate them a bit. The driver's seat just got some, we'll call it some wear that we can refresh and re-dye a little bit. And in this passenger seat, for whatever reason, the thread in this is let go. So I'm going to have to take the seat apart and sew that back up. And then we'll do some rejuvenation on this seat and make it look new again. I'm going to start with removing it so I can get this cover off and then get that sewn up. So for whatever reason, the blower motor sounds terrible. And I'm going to just let you hear it and you'll see what I'm talking about here. So that's just the outside stuff. But when I turn the fan on, so it's on low right now, let me turn it up to a little higher. Higher, higher. All right. Obviously it's hitting something in there. I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to take that apart and do that. So let's get started. And the first thing I'm going to do is take this seat out because, as I said, I want to get this cushion re-sewn here where it's split apart and rejuvenate this along with the driver's seat. I got to rejuvenate it, but it's not split like that where I got to get it sewn up. So I'm going to start with removing this and then maybe get into the blower motor and the other components after that. So to fix the sunroof, or actually the sunshade up here, This is, you got to tilt it up. So I've got that done. And then there's 3 screws in each side. Run there. And need some light. There's 1 there and 1 there. So that's 3 on each side. And they need to be taken out. So we'll start with that. So this console lid latch, it's a pretty common problem that it breaks. And I'll show you where it breaks. Just take this cover off there. And you can see it's broke right here. The end has broke off where it latches onto the spring there. It's a pretty common thing. You could try gluing that back together, but you need to reinforce it because gluing it will just snap off, which is why it broke in the first place. Very common problem with the first generation and the second generation. But there's a bit of a fix. I'll show you what I do, and it works well. You won't even know the difference, and it'll be better than ever, better than new. Here's the secret. I don't think it's a secret because some of you probably have done it this way too. So I have the broken piece, which is good. If you don't have the broken piece, there's a way to fix that anyway. But to reinforce it, I will drill a hole through there and through here. And I'll drill a hole through here, right here in the center. Oh, let me see if you can get that there. Through the center there. And then I take a finishing nail and I use that as a shaft, basically, to go in between. You'll see in the finished product how it works. So it's a reinforcement steel shaft in between, and it puts everything together. And it also reinforces it so it's not plastic anymore and it doesn't break. So that's what I will be doing, and I'll show you the end result in a bit. Obviously, I have to cut the nail off to make it fit because it's too wide, but that's no problem. Just make sure you drill it straight. Probably best to use a drill press. If you don't have one, just be very careful. Do a pilot hole perhaps first, and then you can get this put together and then assemble it again. So I'll come back after I drill it and show you the result. So these are the pieces now. I've drilled the holes to mate it up. I'll show you that piece. And now I can put the shaft in, which is a nail that I cut. And I had to grind a little bit just to make it fit in the bit size that I used. But I still want it to have a little bit of a compression fit. So it is a little bigger to fit in that plastic hole that I put. So we're just going to put that together like that. And we'll put this in here. And there it is. And that's going to fit in with the spring back in like that. And it'll work just fine, and it'll fit straight again. That's the finished product. See that it's straight now. It was cockeyed before because of it being broke, and now it's just fine. Locks fine. There. That is how you fix it. And it'll last forever now. Okay, I've got this all sewn back up. You can see that it doesn't split apart anymore. So that's all fixed up. I still need to rejuvenate this, but I'm not going to rejuvenate it till I put it back together on the seat. And the reason I'm doing that is because it just kind of pushes it out. then you know, it pushes it out so you can get kind of in the crevices when you rejuvenate this. So I'm going to put it all together and then rejuvenate this leather. It seemed everything I've done for this interior, I'm in a waiting game. I wasn't expecting to have such a waiting game. I fixed a few things. But where I'm holding out here is, so this is the sunshade for the sunroof. And this is quite dirty. It's headliner material. You can wash this and probably get it pretty new. I may do that, or I may just replace it. Same thing on here. These little spring catches here are good on this guy. But on this one, they're broke, which I think was part of the problem it had too. I think you can still order these, so I'm going to order some. There's also a 3D printer would work to make these, and I think a guy is making them 3D printer. So I'm not sure which way I'm going to do, but I need those. This is the driver's armrest insert. It's got a crack in it, so I got to find a parts car for that. I could plastic mold this and paint it. Last ditch effort, I may do that, but because I'm trying to make this a little perfect, I'm going to look for a replacement on this. I think I found one you can buy new, but I'm not going to probably go that route just because of the cost, as long as I can find one. We'll figure it out. I also may rob one of my other cars that I have for some of this stuff for now, just to get this so I can get it going. And then when I get the parts, the newer parts, I can either swap them on this car, or I can just put them back into the car that I take from. As long as they're good quality parts, in good condition, in perfect condition, I'll put them on this car. I need a new bracket for the stereo mount here, and I don't need this infinity amp anymore, but I do need a bracket. These are pretty cheap. They're only like 20 bucks. So I want to get a bracket because this one is, as you can see, is broke and tattered and not in right. So I'm gonna get that replaced. So I got that on order already. At least I got this guy fixed, the console cover. I got that all fixed up, as you've seen. So at least I got something done. But the rest is gonna have to wait till I get the stuff I need. I do have something I ordered online. This is from Automats, something I ordered online, and it is the car mat. I ordered these for other projects for other cars, including my DSMs, Eagle Talon stuff, and Eclipses. So they actually work they're really good. You can get different quality depending what options you want. I got the best quality I guess they had. And they fit really, really nice. Look at that. They match up really good on the colors. And they've got the footprint pretty much as what the stock ones come. You can get custom lettering in here, which I didn't do. Just not really wanting to do that. Interestingly, they have ones for the back seat. I usually don't put them in, but they do have them. They don't used to sell them separately. You could just get 2 or 4. Now they just sell the 4, I've noticed, so that's what I ordered. Relatively cheap. I don't remember how much they were, 150 bucks or something like that. But they look really nice. Let's show you what they look like, and I'll put them in. So at least something went right. I've gone in already. This is usually the last step I do. I do need to clean the carpet. Steam clean it, I guess, before I put anything in, because I'm taking the seats out and everything. So I'll be doing that, and yeah, this will be the last thing I put in, and show you that when I get to that. So I think what's next is I'm going to go out to that parts car, and I'll show you how buried it is in snow. That we normally shouldn't have this much snow right now, if any, but I have to unbury it to even get to it. So let me take you with me. All right, I'm coming up to the cars now. Yeah, that's the situation right now. So it's time to dig it out, I guess. I also found some bad wiring I got to fix here. For example, off the power switch here, the accessory wire for the stereo, they got a tap off here, just the wire pulled out, and this is coming off of the connector right here. Yeah, just like that. So I got to fix that and some stuff under there. Incidentally, that's what the new carpet looks like that I put in, and once I get the other carpet cleaned up and the seats in, it'll look really nice. Fits really well, as you can see. That little gap that you see over there is because it's curved up, so it kind of contours just like the factory mats did. I won't show you the passenger one. When I get it all together and looks nice, you'll see it all. I think the next thing to do is to fix up these wires and take the seat out, and I'm going to take these panels out just because there's carpet underneath them, and then I'm going to steam clean the carpets and get that all cleaned up and get the seats done as well. Hopefully after that the parts start coming in and I can start assembling. Well, I can't go any further until I get some more parts on what I need to do in the interior. So at least I've exposed you to what I need to get done and kind of the process to getting it done. And when I get the parts, I'll show you when I get those. Incidentally, I was looking over the video and I never did, I thought I did, but the blower motor, what was wrong with it? I don't know if some kid or whatever was putting peanuts and stuff in there, whatever, in the vents, but basically when I took the blower fan out, it was full of like food and stuff, like little bits of stuff like peanuts and that in there. So it had filled up and obviously it was off balance, and yeah, so I cleaned all that up, put it back in. It's working fine. Also, in previous episode, I mentioned of getting that blue car in an exquisite car show that's going to be in my local community, and it got accepted. So more on that as the week or two goes by, and I'll show you what it's like getting into that show and show you a bit of the show as well. So thank you for joining me. Please like, share, and subscribe if you could. That helps out a lot. And until next time, enjoy every day and always make it right.